In the journey of self-improvement and spiritual growth, it is essential to recognize the traits of a weak-minded person. In Buddhism, the mind is a powerful tool that shapes our reality and experiences. As Buddha wisely said, "We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world." This philosophy underlines the importance of mental strength and the drawbacks of a weak mind. In this video, we'll delve into 7 signs of a weak-minded person. These signs not only highlight areas for potential growth, but also offer a pathway to cultivate a more resilient, mindful, and compassionate way of living. 1. Inability to withstand criticism. A weak mind often struggles with criticism. Instead of seeing it as an opportunity for growth, it perceives it as a personal attack. Buddha once said, "Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, even so the wise are not affected by praise or blame." A strong mind embraces feedback with calmness, understanding its value in personal development. Imagine someone telling you how to do something better, and instead of thinking about how to use that advice, you feel upset, defensive, or even angry. This reaction often happens because the person takes the criticism personally, seeing it as an attack on their character or abilities rather than an opportunity to learn and grow. Being able to listen to and learn from criticism is a sign of emotional strength and maturity, as it shows you're open to self-improvement and not afraid to acknowledge that there's always room for growth. 2. Lack of self-reflection. Self-reflection is a cornerstone of mental strength. A weak mind tends to avoid introspection. The Buddha stated, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Regular self-examination is crucial for understanding our actions and thoughts, and without it, personal growth cannot be achieved. Lack of self-reflection means not taking the time to think deeply about your own thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's like going through life on autopilot without stopping to consider why you do the things you do or feel the way you feel. When someone doesn't engage in self-reflection, they may find it hard to understand themselves, recognize their mistakes, or see how they could improve. It's like walking through a forest without ever looking at a map. You might keep moving, but you're not sure where you're going or why you're taking that path. Self-reflection is like looking at that map and understanding not just where you are, but where you want to go and the best way to get there. 3. Inability to control desires or impulses. A person with weak mindset is unable to control his impulses, desires, or urges. As Buddha said, "To enjoy good health, to bring true happiness to one's family, to bring peace to all, one must first discipline and control one's own mind." Mastery over one's impulses is a sign of mental strength and discipline. Giving in to impulses means acting on your immediate desires or feelings without thinking about the consequences. It's like having a sudden urge to eat a big piece of cake when you're on a diet and eating it right away, instead of thinking about your long-term goal to eat healthier. When you give in to impulses, you're letting your momentary feelings or wants control your actions rather than making decisions based on careful thought or long-term plans. It's like seeing something shiny and immediately reaching for it without stopping to think if you really need it or if grabbing it might cause problems. Being able to control these impulses is important because it means you're thinking about the bigger picture and making choices that are good for you in the long run, not just right now. 4. Holding grudges or resentment. Holding on to anger and resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Buddha's teachings emphasize the importance of forgiveness and letting go. A weak mind clings to past hurts, but strength is found in forgiveness and moving forward. Harboring grudges is like carrying a heavy backpack full of rocks everywhere you go, with each rock representing a bad memory or a hurtful event. Instead of letting go of these rocks to make your journey lighter and easier, you keep them with you and they make you feel tired, unhappy, and stuck. When you hold a grudge, you're constantly reminded of the past hurt, and it's hard to enjoy the present or build a positive future because those negative feelings are always there weighing you down. Letting go of grudges and resentment is like setting down that heavy backpack, allowing you to move forward with a lighter, more peaceful heart. 5. Resistance to change. Change is a constant in life, yet a weak mind resists it. Buddha said, "Everything changes, nothing remains without change." Embracing change is a sign of a strong, adaptable mind, whereas fearing change is a limitation of a weak one. Resistance to change means being uncomfortable or unwilling to accept new situations, ideas, or ways of doing things. It's like having a favorite old pair of shoes that are worn out and not good for your feet anymore, but you keep wearing them because they're familiar and you're used to them. Even when there are better options available, you stick with what you know because it feels safe and comfortable. This resistance happens because change can be scary and uncertain. It means leaving your comfort zone and facing the unknown, which isn't easy. However, just like eventually choosing a new pair of shoes can lead to better comfort and health, embracing change can open up new possibilities, help you grow, and lead to better experiences in life. 6. Dependence on external validation. Seeking constant approval from others is a sign of a weak mind. The Buddha taught that peace comes from within, not from external sources. A strong-minded individual finds contentment and validation from within, rather than constantly seeking it from external sources. Dependence on external validation is like always needing other people to tell you that you're doing a good job or that you're a good person to feel confident and happy. Imagine you draw a picture. Instead of feeling proud of it yourself, you only feel good if others say it's great. This dependence happens because you're looking for approval and acceptance from others instead of believing in your own worth and decisions. It's like using a crutch to walk, even when your legs are strong enough. While it's natural to enjoy compliments and positive feedback, relying too heavily on them means your self-esteem and happiness are constantly in the hands of other people. Building confidence in yourself and valuing your own opinion helps you stand strong, regardless of what others think or say. 7. Constant pessimism. A weak mind often falls into the trap of negative thinking. Buddha noted, "Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think." Persistent pessimism and negative thoughts can cloud judgment and hinder personal growth, whereas a strong mind focuses on positive and constructive thoughts. Pessimism is like always seeing the glass as half empty, no matter the situation. It means you tend to focus more on the bad things that could happen rather than the good. Imagine you're planning a picnic and you can't stop worrying about it raining, even though the forecast is sunny. This constant negative thinking makes it hard to be happy or hopeful because you're always expecting things to go wrong. It's like wearing dark glasses all the time, which makes everything look gloomy. While it's normal to have worries sometimes, always being pessimistic can make life seem more difficult and less enjoyable. Trying to see the positive side of things, even in challenging situations, is like taking off those dark glasses to let more light in. To conclude, recognizing these signs is the first step toward cultivating a stronger, more resilient mind. Buddhism teaches us the importance of self-awareness, discipline, and the power of positive thinking. By reflecting on Buddha's teachings, we can start to transform our weaknesses into strengths, fostering a mind that is strong, clear, and wise.